Hi, this is Pastor Bob, and welcome to Pastor Bob Daily on the Road. I feel like I should sing that Willie Nelson song, On the Road Again, because it happens a lot. But you didn't come here to join me to hear me sing today, did you? And it's a good thing, because I'm not such a good singer. But I want to talk about emotions today, and, you know, man, I deal with so many different kinds of people. Some that are very emotional and some that aren't at all. And it seems to me sometimes that the most emotional people marry the least emotional people. And you have two people married who have very different emotions from each other. And that can work well with some people because you really complement each other and complete each other and balance each other in those respects. It can also be a real frustrating thing too. How do you deal with someone who's emotional? And very honestly, let me give you a big tip because this is important. You usually really need to deal with the emotional things first. If you're an emotional person, you understand that drives you. It's so important that you're able to express those things and be emotional and get all of that out. If you're not an emotional person, if that isn't the first thing that you experience, then you probably have trouble understanding why some people are so darn emotional. Why they can't just get over things. Why is it so difficult for them to process? And you try to be logical with them and you try to say, now, you just need to get over these emotional things. Let's look at this logically, and they can't. And here's the key. When you feel emotional, you have to deal with the emotions first. If you're in a relationship or you have a good friend that's very emotional and they're feeling emotions, you got to deal with the emotions first, and then you can deal with the logic. But folks, it never works to try to be logical with emotions. They have to be expressed in some way. Now, we've talked a lot about personal emotions and what you do with them personally. But this is what you need to do with people who are your friends and who are dealing with emotions. This is how they need to process, and this is what they need to go through. And it's not about you at that point. It's about them. And if you're an emotional person who is married or dating or has a good friend who is a lot less emotional and they don't understand your emotions, you probably need to explain to them that that's a strong thing for you and you need to deal with that first. Well, folks, friendships, marriage, any kind of relationship is difficult at best. And you have to deal with the most intense things first, because when intensity is there, it's very difficult to move on to something else. And emotions are the most intense thing. So, I hope that helps somebody today. If you're an emotional person, deal with that first. If you're a person who's a little more cognitive and a little more practical and not so emotional, be respectful of people who are emotional and realize that those people bring some real meaning to your life. They can be frustrating sometimes, but emotion's not a bad thing. It just needs to be resolved. God bless you. Have a great day.